Hi friends, I am Chetan Jadhav. I am the application engineer from TASA Info Solutions, and I'll be presenting you a tool which we have created for Maya, which is called as the TASA VPR Pro version 1.0, and VPR stands for viewport render. So you can use this tool, you can directly render onto a viewport. So if you're a shading artist or a lighting artist or an effect artist, I think this tool is a must for production. So I'll show you how this tool works and what are the features in this tool. So after you run the setup, what you'll find is a shelf created which is called as TASA_VPR, and if you check out the shelf contents, there are about 4. The first one is it will actually call up your viewport render. So this is a resizable floating window, so you can just place it anywhere and hit on this render button and it will render directly on your viewport. I'll show you this in detail, but I'll first take you through the shelf contents. So I close this as for now. So this is the hotkey for your VPR. So you can assign any of your favorite key, and you can assign it as a hotkey. So every time you don't have to come this shelf and hit this render button to call your viewport render. So if I say 9 and if I hit a query, you see that 9 is assigned to nothing. So I can use this 9 as a hotkey for my tool, which will be faster, right? So I'll close this as for now. This is, if you click on it, it will actually show you a one-liner description of all the icons which are present in this viewport render. So these are all the icons. The one-liner description is actually mentioned in this help. So I'll click OK, and this is our TASA support. So if you click on this, it will actually divert you through web browser and it will open up the TASA support web page. I'll take you that in a later time. Yeah, so now to show you how this tool works, what I have is a simple liquid simulation file. Now what I'll do is I'll click on this button to get my Maya viewport render. So what I'll do is I have this corner grips by which I can actually resize my tool, and this is a yellow bar which I can actually move my tool in and around in the viewport. Now I'll click a render. So now this is a red color liquid in the left and a blue color liquid which is in the right. Now other features in this tool is we are actually viewing the RGB. We can also click on this button to check the alpha. I'll click on this for the RGB. Now we can actually keep image and we can compare all these kept images. So I press the down arrow key of my keyboard, or what I can do is I'll click on this icon out here, so it is kept. Now let's say I want to change certain attributes of this red color liquid. What I'll do is I'll just change that red color to, let's say, a yellow color. So I want a yellow color and I'll hit a render. Well, for your scene, for your asset, you can change the bumps, reflections, refractions, speculars and all that. So this is just an example. So what I'll do is I'll keep this again. Now you can use these buttons to compare your previous and the next kept images, or you can use your left and right of your keyboard. Again, you can see the alpha and the RGB. What you can do again is you can again resize your window, and again you can hit a render, and you can again keep this image, so you can actually compare all the images. I'm just hitting the arrow keys of my keyboard to compare all these images. And the good thing about this tool is, again, it supports most of your renderers like the Maya software, the Maya Vector, the Mental Ray, V-Ray for Maya, and RenderMan. So currently I'm using the Mental Ray. You can click on this render settings. This will bring up the render settings. I'm using Mental Ray. So very nice tool. Okay, so the next feature which I'll be showing you is the render selected feature. If I have a scene file with me where I have 3 objects, one is the blue, the white and the red object, and what's happening in the scene is the blue and the red objects, they are casting a reflection onto my white hemisphere. So if I again invoke my VPR tool and if I frame this particular region and if I hit a normal render, yeah, you see that the blue and the red objects, they are casting a reflection onto my white object. But let's say in case I don't want to render the blue and the red object, but still I want to render the reflections. In other words, I don't want to render the blue and the red object, but still I want to render their contributions onto my white object. For that I will use this particular option of mine, which is called as render selected. So I'll just refresh my render. I'll select my white sphere. I'll click on this particular icon. You see the color has changed. That means it is activated. Now if I render, yeah, you can see my blue and the red object, they are not rendered, but still their reflections are rendered. Let's say you don't want to render the reflections also, you just want to render the selected object. So for that, what you can do is I'll close my VPR tool. I'll go to my render view, and under render I have to check this particular option, which is called a render selected objects only. So when I check this particular feature, and again if I invoke my VPR tool, then what will happen is, if I frame this particular region, I select my white hemisphere, I won't click on this particular object, I a normal render. Yeah, now you see, because I've checked that option of render selected objects only, it has not rendered my blue and the red object, only the white object is rendered. So in short, if you want to render a selected objects but even the contribution of other objects onto that particular selected object, then you can use this render selected feature of our VPR tool. But if you don't want to render the contribution of other objects onto that particular selected object, then you can use this feature. You can check on this render selected objects only from your render view. So it depends on your requirement. So guys, hope this piece of information was really helpful, and if you have any suggestions or any feedback or any queries, what you can do is you can click onto our TASA support. This will divert you to our tasasolutions.com support.aspx, and we can really get back to you on this. So what I suggest is, if you are a lighting or a shading or an effect artist, I think this tool is a must for your production.